Alrighty, YouTube. It is Reed with ENR Collectors, and it has been a long time since my last video, so this is going to be a big one. You have been warned. So, this is going to be a mix of. I think there's even some stuff I got at the sale, from the sale at my LCS back on Free Comic Book Day. I don't think I included those in a video yet, which shows just how long it's been since my last video. So there'll be some of that. I just got back from a business trip to Reno, Nevada, and stayed at the Atlantis Casino Resort, and that was right across the street from a comic book shop called Comic Kingdom in Reno, Nevada. So I stopped by there one day after work and found some pretty cool books, so I got some of that. And last weekend was Denver Comic Con, also known as Denver Pop Culture Con, but I'm just going to keep calling it Denver Comic Con because that's a lot easier to say. And I got a very good haul from that, including, well, not included in this video, but I got some books that are off getting graded right now. CBCS is down to 6-week turnaround, so I'm hoping to get those back nice and soon. Really excited about that. That'll be a good video. I'm really excited about that. My favorite book from Denver Comic Con will be in that CBCS haul. So without further eloquence, I shall get into so I'm going to get into the big stack of books, not from Denver Comic Con, but from, since my last video. So these are the books I got in Reno from Comic Kingdom, a little store there in Reno across the street from my hotel. Got some really cool books. Whoops. Detective Comics Annual number 12, and Art Germ cover. So adding that to my Art Germ collection. Excited about that. This one I've got just because if you guys have been watching my videos, I'm a Penguin fan, so I'm always on the lookout for a cool Penguin cover. So Detective Comics 684, I believe 683 and 684 are a kind of little mini storyline there with the Penguin. And then I got these, which were unexpected, but they were really cool. I've been wanting to get into this character a lot more, so I had these books on my list, and well, I found some pretty cool versions of it. So, The Shadow Year 1, number 1, signed by Matt Wagner. I believe, is he the writer or the artist or what? I don't know. This is an Alex Ross cover, but it's signed by Matt Wagner, who I'm guessing is either the writer, artist, or writer and artist. I'm not entirely sure. I need to look more into this. But I saw that. It was a really cool cover. I thought I need to get a new bag for it. All black cover. It's in really, really nice shape. There's some really faint spine ticks, but it's really hard to see any color break from them. So it's in really good condition. Might do the VSP Red Label with CBCS on some of these. They had multiple signed Shadow books. So this is the Shadow number 1. I don't know. I think this is Dynamite's second volume of the Shadow. Maybe it's the first. I don't know. Signed by Aaron Campbell, the interior artist. I don't think he did this cover. This is a variant cover. I forget who did this cover, but signed by Aaron Campbell there. And then number 3 from that same series, Alex Ross cover, again signed by Aaron Campbell, the interior artist. So really cool covers, and I like that they were signed. They were nice and cheap. So that was good. So that's what I got from Reno, Nevada. this last week. Just got back today, actually. So the next one is a huge, mega, ultra key, but I was able to get it for $35. The Amazing Spider-Man 41, the first appearance of the Rhino. So yes, I did get this for $35. Normally, this is a very, very expensive book. Early Amazing Spider-Man, first appearance of a big Spider-Man villain. Not exactly my favorite villain. I would not spend probably any more than I did on this one. So the reason it was so cheap, I mean, for the most part, I mean, it's in fairly good condition, I would think, for a Silver Age book. All things considering, but it is incomplete. So it's missing the center advertisement pages, the centerfold. But it's just advertisement pages that are missing from the center of this book. It doesn't affect the story. So the whole story, all of the pages with Spidey and Rhino and all that on them are in this book. So it's complete, but at the same time it's not complete. So it's a complete story. It's just missing a couple of the advertising pages. So that is what made this so darn cheap. So I don't know if you guys are actually watching this instead of just skipping forward. Let me know. If you think, is this big enough to even get graded, even if it's going to get, would it be a 0.5, 0.3 if it's if it's incomplete like that? I don't know. I'm not entirely sure what I'm going to do with this book. Yeah, it's not my favorite Spider-Man hero, but it was on a Facebook Live stream sale that Hall of Justice Comics does, and no one was taking it. He put it up for $35. No one was taking it. I was taking it. I was thinking about it, so I was like, yeah, I'll just take it. So, big key, super cheap, but it is incomplete. So, this next one I ordered online off of eBay. I saw this on, I believe it was Wisconsin Clar's one of his more recent videos. James Bond 007 number 7. This is David Nakayama cover. Saw this on Wisconsin Clar's video, and I loved it. So I needed to have it. Got on eBay, got it shipped. It's only like $8, so got that. Came in good condition. There is one kind of spine tick there. It's not going to want to focus on it, but it's not enough to go through the fight of getting another book. So these next books are what I got back on Free Comic Book Day, way back in the day. Okay, I'm not going to show the actual free books that I got because I think everyone pretty much saw those. These were the ones that I got that were on sale. Spectacular Spider-Man 201, Maximum Carnage 5 of 14. I am looking to get the Maximum Carnage run. Got a Donald Duck book, Siege of Fort Duckburg. I've been wanting to get into Donald Duck books because I am a big Donald Duck fan. I'm trying to figure out where to start. So, I don't know. This was cheap, so I got it. They were doing buy one, get one free, so. Amazing Spider-Man 359. From what I understand, this is the first technically cameo appearance of Carnage, or at least a Red Blob symbiote that will eventually become Carnage, so got that. Batman 451. I had this on my want list, or on my on my wish list on the CLZ Comics app that I use. I don't know why I had this on my list. Other than it's a cool cover, I really like the cover, but I don't think it's necessarily a key or anything. So I don't know. Batman 475. Just cool ventriloquist and Scarface cover. I have kind of been on a Scarface kick lately. So this is Return of Scarface Part 1. This is Detective Comics 642, Return of Scarface Part 2. I think it's a 3-part story. I need to look into that again. But I thought that was kind of neat. I just like the ventriloquist and the and Scarface. I think it's a really unique villain. You know, it's very unique. It's kind of a neat idea. It's a creepy idea, but it's neat. True Believers, Avengers Assemble, reprint of Avengers 233, I think. I am on the hunt for, the real copy, but pick that up so I can read it. You're the Villain #1, so this is the Hall of Justice Comics and Collectibles exclusive to this cover. They were giving these out for free. So on the back, they've got the custom cover there. So it looks like the outside of the store. And John, the owner of the store, is the largest Aquaman fan I have ever seen. So, of course, he commissioned this by Jason Meeks, I believe is how you pronounce it, Meeks. And he got the Aquaman cover. So, kind of fun, kind of neat. I always like getting exclusive covers for local stores. And then, show that one. Just some more action figure covers. You guys know I've been collecting these. Try to read this up. TIE Fighter #1. Star Wars #65. A-Wing Pilot. And then this was the John Tyler Christopher exclusive for Age of Republic Count Dooku #1. Obi-Wan Kenobi. You guys, you'll see this in a little bit. I am so close to collecting all of the action figure covers. I have 5 left. I am so excited. And they are all 5. They're still on sale. They are various store exclusives that are still on sale from those stores. So it'll be nice and easy breezy, knock on wood, to finish up that collection. Okay, so now into Denver Comic Con. So I shall show some of the non-comic book items. Thought were kind of fun. There was a booth with a guy that was selling, he makes coasters, like for your drinks on your tables. And he was kind of doing a deal for something. So I had 3 that I was looking at that I really liked, and a friend that I was with got the 4th so we could get the special price. So I got an Imperial Guard from Star Wars coaster. Of course, I got Darth Maul. Darth Maul, my favorite cover. And this one just really made me laugh. Spaceballs the coaster. So, really fun. Really fun there. Let's see what else. I also collect the Star Wars Black Series action figures. So this is Clone Commander Wolf, my first Clone Trooper Black Series action figure. Let's see. What else? I got this from one of the artist booths. I just thought it was really cool, a little $5 print. But he had these little prints of Star Wars characters kind of swapped into famous portraits. So here's Lando Bonaparte or Napoleon Calrissian. So I just thought that was really funny. I'm a history buff too, so kind of seeing, that crossover between Lando, one of my favorite Star Wars characters, and then, historical art portraits. That was kind of funny. And then, for the rest of the art, so there was a guy named Thomas Estrada, and he was a DreamWorks and Disney animator. So when he was at DreamWorks, he worked on Prince of Egypt and El Dorado. But he also worked on probably, my second to, definitely my top 3 favorite movies of all time, but especially Disney movies, The Emperor's New Groove. So he was one of the animators for The Emperor's New Groove. I absolutely love this movie. It is extremely underrated, I think. And so he was one of the animators. He did a lot of the animation for the Cusco Llama. So he had all these different prints, and I just couldn't quite help myself because I love this movie so much. Um, and then, really, the only celebrity that was at Denver Comic Con this year that I really wanted to meet was Patrick Warburton, who was the voice of Kronk in The Emperor's New Groove. So I got this print from Thomas Estrada, one of the animators for the movie. So he signed it there, and then I took it to get signed by Patrick Warburton, the voice of Kronk, who is my favorite character in this movie. It's just, yeah, this is definitely a highlight of the convention. Really, made the convention worth it. So I'm really happy to have these to add to my autograph collection. So now I just need to get a frame for this bad boy. So there is that. So now into the comic books. Okay. So this is going to be a long video. I'm sorry. Almost done. Almost done. Okay. Let me organize things here. Okay. All right. So kind of light on comic books, I guess, but they're big books. They are a little more on the pricey side. So here is Harley Quinn #1, the Ashley Witter cover. This is, hold on, wait for it. Okay, so this is a exclusive cover for AOD Collectibles by Ashley Witter. She did a couple versions of this. So one I think was all black and white. One was all colored, and here Harley's colored, but the background is black and white. So I picked this one up. I am a big Ashley Witter fan. I am hoping that she will come to Denver Comic Con, Colorado Springs Comic Con, something, so I can get this and a bunch of my Dr. Aphra covers, especially signed by her. I'm a big fan of her artwork. She does a really good job. So there's that. Just a little freebie. Zenescope was there, so they were handing this out. At Zenescope's big booth, they had an exclusive for the Denver show. I don't know if that'll focus there. Denver 2019 exclusive, cosplay exclusive, limited to 350. This is Robin Hood Outlaw issue 4. My camera does not like to focus. For some reason, it's, sexy Pinocchio. I got it. It's a cool cover. I like the cover. But, it's also exclusive. It's limited to 350. Denver exclusive, so, close, kind of tie to home. So there's that. And then the rest of these are Star Wars action figure covers. Actually, no, I lied. I got one more. Or one other book that I'll show at the end. So these are... this is a big chunk of the action figure covers I'm missing since I'm trying to get this whole collection. So I was missing Star Wars 42, the 4-LOM cover. It's not an exclusive or anything. It was his standard action figure cover for issue 42. I just happened to miss it. So I've got all the standard, B cover or whatever ratio these are. So I've got that, and then the rest of these are exclusives. These are John Tyler Christopher exclusives, I think. Qui-Gon Jinn for Star Wars #26. Another one of his website exclusives that I missed out on. There was one booth that had all of his exclusives on there, so I got all of these from one booth. So that was really cool. And I managed to knock out about half of the action figure covers I was missing. So Like I said, I only have 5 more of these action figures to go, and then I've got the entire collection. And then I just got to keep up on the new ones as they come out. I should say, of the ones that have already come out. So this is Star Wars The Force Awakens number 5, the Kylo Ren action figure variant cover. I don't think this one was an exclusive. I think it was just kind of hard to find. Mace Windu number 5, the Mace Windu action figure cover. This one was a John Tyler Christopher exclusive. Poe Dameron number 1, black and white. So I have the color version. The black and white was his exclusive that I was missing. So knocked all of these action figure covers out at one booth. So really happy about that. But they're harder to find issues, so they were worth a little bit more. So I spent a big chunk of my budget on that. So next was the every Saturday of Denver Comic-Con. The 501st Legion, which is, if you guys don't know, it's kind of the premier Star Wars costuming group, out there. If you guys, ever see Star Wars costumes wandering around at, charity events or stuff like that, it's the 501st. So every year they do that. Since they do a lot of charity work, they do an auction on Saturday night of Comic-Con, Denver Comic-Con. They do a charity auction for Make-A-Wish Foundation. And I've gone every single year. However, I've only ever bought this so far. This is my, it is a 3D printed cutaway, Luke Skywalker lightsaber. I bought this. It wasn't painted or anything, so I had bought this at one of the past auctions, and then I painted this myself. So that's really cool. But I usually don't get anything, but it's a really fun time. But this year, I did get something. I spent a lot on this, but it's for charity. It's for a good cause. So this is a Princess Leia number 1. So it's a blank cover with an original sketch on it. So this is an original sketch done by James Hance. So he does a lot of Star Wars art. So he did this, donated it to the auction, and then I ended up winning the auction. It was kind of funny. Me and another guy were, bidding on this, and the other guy had bid, and so the auctioneer, he was being really funny, is saying, like, he was looking at me and he was saying, yeah, you can, just up your bid one more time. I'm sure this other guy will go up to the next level after that. Like, I'm sure, he'll outbid you and stuff like that, because it was getting really expensive. So I was hemming and hawing, and then I was like, okay, sure, whatever. I'll try to up the other guy's bid. So I bid on it, but then the other guy chickened out, and he didn't up his bid, so I ended up at the highest bid. Probably ended up paying a lot more for this than I expected. It was a surprise, but I am really happy with it. This is a fantastic sketch cover. I went from having 0 original sketch covers on blank covers before Denver Comic-Con last weekend, and now I have 2. One of those is off being graded right now, and I'm super excited about that one. Can't wait to show you guys that one. So this is now officially my second original art comic book piece, I guess. So yeah, that was that. So the auctioneer, he felt bad that he kind of tricked me into upping my bid. So I got this poster from a Star Wars costume exhibit that came to the Denver Museum of Art last year, or no, back in 2017. So they had this, and so I'm like, you know what, sure, here's a little kind of like consolation prize. I don't know. I'm not all that wild about the poster, but he kind of felt bad about tricking me into getting it. But, I was just surprised that I ended up paying this much, because I had already gone over budget naturally at Comic-Con. But like I said, it's for a good cause. I really like the 501st. I like what they do. You know, they're a great group. It's always a fun time going to the auction. Like I said, I go to this auction every year. So far, this is the second thing I've ever bought going to this auction for, you know, going on probably like 5 years, so 4 or 5 years. So I'm not too upset about it. The more I look at, the more I'm really happy with it. So I think that's going to do it. Boy, this went long. I'm sorry if you guys watched all this. I really appreciate it, but I had a lot of stuff that I just really wanted to share and kind of show you guys, since this is a lot of fun. So this is a big stack of books. So yeah, not sure what the or when the next video is going to be, but maybe it'll be my CBCS haul, but you know, we'll see. We'll see what I get between now and then. So in the meantime, thank you guys for watching, and I shall see you all later.